evening, my IGS family. IGS, my second home, my safe place, my family, and most importantly, the place where I've been nurtured to grow into a young woman who is unafraid, unapologetic, courageous, and ready to go out and grab the world by its lapels. I can't even begin to express what a privilege it has been to have spent the foundational years of my life at IGS, to be surrounded by passionate young people who challenge the status quo and fight for what is right. There are very few places on earth like IGS, and dare I say, it is the only place on earth of its kind. Education has the power to change lives, and IGS, I can wholeheartedly say that you have changed mine. Entering the Iron Gates in January 2006 as a shy and timid young girl, and leaving them as a robust young woman who is ready to shake up the world, and this world needs shaking up. Thank you. I am a descendant of the oldest living culture in the world, a First Nations Aboriginal woman from Darumbal country. I also have connections from across the oceans to the beautiful islands of Tonga and Vanuatu. When my story began 18 years ago, it was not uncommon for the narratives of Indigenous people to be one of deficits, of disadvantage, of intergenerational trauma, of poor educational attainment, of limited opportunities. Was that too going to be my story? I am, after all, the great-granddaughter of slaves in this country, who had every aspect of their lives controlled and dehumanized, dispossessed and degraded. I'm the granddaughter of an Aboriginal man who was not recognized as a citizen of his own country, but instead a part of the Flora and Fauna Act. I'm the daughter of an Aboriginal woman who was told she would amount to nothing because of the blood that runs through her veins. This very real lived experience of my Aboriginal family has been a heavy weight on our backs as we've walked through this world, but this is only part of my story. My story is one of survival, resilience, connections, grit, of achievement against the odds, of excellence, and of family. This includes my IGS family. The worldly, open-minded, truthful, engaging, and inclusive education that I've been privileged to receive at IGS has been one of the circuit breakers to allow me to stop the cycle of intergenerational trauma disadvantage in my community and in my family. The IGS education and opportunities have not only impacted me, but also in my extended family that spreads far and wide across this country. Be assured that your investment in IGS has been an investment in many, and will continue to deliver an immeasurable, ongoing impact for years to come. Thank you, IGS family, for being part of my story. Tonight is probably the last time I will ever have the opportunity to speak with the whole of my IGS family. So I'd like to share a few things that I wish I had known just a little sooner. We are young and free. Don't let anyone look down on you because you are young. Don't let anyone look down on you because of your gender. Don't let anyone look down on you because you are different, unique, or eccentric, or because you challenge the status quo. Don't ever compromise who you are, who you were created to be in order to conform or fit in. Embrace every quirk and imperfection because you are young and free. Each day is an opportunity. Don't sit back and watch the world pass you by. Get up and dance. Today is all you have. Make the most of every last second you have at IGS. Just soak it all up. Be a catalyst for change. And most importantly, don't park in the past. Sometimes our future isn't at risk because of our past failures, but because of our past successes. We often park ourselves in the nostalgic memories of past successes rather than looking to the future. So IGS, I have a few questions for you. What are you going to go and do? What are you going to go and do to make a change? What are you going to go and do with the life that you've been given and the opportunities that come your way? You are made up of the same components of Malala Yousufzai, Malcolm X, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., Jane Elliott, Maya Angelou. All of these incredible leaders' lives have been nothing short of phenomenal and groundbreaking, forever changing this world and the people in it. And you can do exactly the same thing. There is nowhere that hard work, resilience, and a passionate heart can't take you. So in the words of Malala Yousufzai, one book, one pen, one child can change the world. I also want to quickly speak on leadership. Leadership is not a title, it's not a badge, and it's not receiving recognition. Leadership is placing value, importance, and love in others, in young people, our emerging leaders. Leadership is an investment for the future, building and empowering others to live out their dreams. Leadership holds great weight and responsibility and requires courage, sometimes to do things that are unpopular. Leadership is a full-time gig, being an example of strength, resilience, patience, a willingness to learn and grow, and most importantly, compassion. Don't ever underestimate the impact that you can have on this world. And don't ever underestimate the impact that one person can have on your life. Most importantly, the many teachers that we have the blessing to come in contact with every day. And you guys are probably sitting next to some of them right now. Take some time to get to know your teachers, mentors, and tutors. Their stories are invaluable. They have been where you are now and have so much to share, so much wisdom to give. IGS family, my story has been shaped by the many women in my life who have had faith in me, genuinely believed in me, such as Mrs. Jade Carr, Miss Karen Skyring, Lucy Sensei, Miss Shauna Coleman, and one of the most phenomenal women I have ever met, Selma, my music tutor. These women have taught me self-respect, compassion, humility, and most importantly, love. I'm forever grateful for all of you. And there is one important woman that I couldn't go without mentioning, and that woman is my mom. She has climbed mountains and sailed across oceans, metaphorical mountains and oceans, of course, to give my sister and I a better life. If it weren't for her, I would be telling a different story tonight. And one last thing, IGS. Own your story in all its glory, in all of its imperfection, even if it's more real than you want it to be. It's what you have. It's unique to you. So maybe we'll meet again in a cafe on the other side of the world. Maybe we won't. So for now, IGS, farewell, and I cannot wait to see the day that each and every one of you rise up to be the greatest versions of yourselves. Thank you.